Christina's World Kitchen. I'm Christina Martinez Williams, and I am in La Merced, Ecuador, in Daisy's house. The sun has set. I had a little bit of a late start to making dinner tonight, so I don't have as much light. I apologize. But I am making something absolutely delicious. If you liked tuna, this is like I remember having tuna casserole as a kid, and this is like tuna casserole, but in a skillet format. You want to use either a really tall pot or a really wide pot, like a paella pot. This is another one pot meal, of course. And I have gotten everything ready. Here, it's important to, in the US too, but to wash your veggies. And so I have done that, and they're ready to go. In this, I have 3 tablespoons of butter and 6 cloves of garlic, which is equivalent to 1 tablespoon of minced garlic or 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. And I want to just get this started to saute as the butter melts. Now I'm going to add my cabbage. This recipe is a head of cabbage and then 2 bell peppers. Right now I only have 1 bell pepper because that's what I have left, but it's a kind of big one, so it kind of counts as 1.5, I think. And this head of cabbage is fairly large. I cut them in strips like this time for the ease of just getting it ready to be washed. So I'm going to, we'll see if I need to use only half of it. Actually, I might need to just use my bell peppers and half of it because it was a really big cabbage, really, really big. So I have my green pepper, bell pepper. So I'm going to use from this batch because it's the half, and it's the half that has my green peppers because it was being washed in here. So if you don't like tuna, you can do this with chicken. It still will be really good with chicken. And tell me which would you use in the comments, tuna or chicken. Trying to get like all of the green at least out first before I start to mix all of the cabbage in here. There's a bunch of cabbage. And it'll obviously reduce in size, which I'm going to need it to do a little bit before I add the tuna and everything else. I still have more in there, but I gotta get it mixed a little bit because it is just too full if I don't. So tell me where you're watching from. Today we went to some, they call them balneario termas, which is like thermal baths or thermal pools. It's a local thermal pool. And it was very warm, and outside it's only maybe like 69 today, although it feels really hot because I think we're at 9,200 feet above sea level. I think I need to double check, but I'm pretty sure that's where we're at. So we're really high, and so it feels hotter than it is, or like than it would feel if you're at sea level. Kyla is right here. Now these are kind of covered in my butter. I want to get some more in here. So I'm going to try to do that. Hello there. All right, so I have a little bit more green here. Tell me what you're eating for dinner tonight. What is your protein? What are your veggies? And what are your healthy fats? We will have, there's some healthy fat in tuna, so we have that. And then we have some butter. And we also have healthy fat in cream cheese. So that's what we are using as our healthy fats tonight. I think I am going to only use a half of this cabbage. I'm going to show you how big it really was. It was huge. I even took off a bunch of the outer leaves because it still was as if it had just come from the farm. And it was still, after I took out outer leaves, it was like this big. So you want 1 head of cabbage that's a good size head of cabbage. But you don't have to, if it's huge, you just use half of it because this is really big. I might actually, I don't know, these will reduce in size, but it feels so big right now I can't add anything else to it at the moment. But these will reduce. They'll start to cook. Now, I do want to be able to add everything else, so I might need to move it to a bigger pot. Which seems crazy because this is a big pot, but let's see. Tell me also, what did you get into today? So we did a lot of movement in the pool. I played in the pool with the girls for probably an hour and a half. It was great. We walked probably 15 minutes to get there, and 10-15 minutes each way. So I had a lot of good movement today. All right. I am making some progress, but not a lot. I feel like I'm not making any progress in mixing this. So I'm gonna see if maybe I can get a bigger pot. Carolea, ¿puedes ayudarme, por favor? So we'll see if Carolea can maybe find a bigger pot. Creo que ahí hay unas ollas más grandes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
How does it work?
Más grande que ese, ¿puedo ver? ¿Al otro lado?
Here.
So it's gigante. There's a really big pot here.
He licks my foot.
All right, so I'm going to. Whoa, this is huge.
It's good.
It's gonna work though. I need to empty this into this pot. I'm gonna turn this off for the moment so that I don't hurt anything. This pot is huge. It's way too big, but it will be much easier to add everything. And just need to make sure I can get all of my garlic out of here. It's at the bottom. Actually, this is gonna be big, or perfect. Fortunately, that means you have to wash another pot, but that's okay. The girls are doing the washing this week because they decided they would rather wash than help cut up veggies. So, okay, perfect. Now I'm going to turn this back on. Or we can mix this better, and I can add everything else right now because it's already ready to be mixed. Oh, so much easier. Okay, use a big pot, as big a pot as you have. It'll be much easier. Especially if you have these cut in strips versus chunks. So often I'll cut them in strips like noodles, but I'll also cut them into like little squares too. And that makes it easy.
See, big enough for you?
Yeah, it's perfecto, gracias. All right, so now we're going to add our tuna and then our other ingredients. So I'm using 4 cans of tuna. This is tuna full fat in water. Full fat in water. I drained the water. Tell me if in the comments if you would use tuna or chicken. Which would you use? Tuna or chicken? All right, let me see if I can get more out at once, make it a little bit easier. Definitely good idea to use just my half a cabbage because this cabbage was so huge that it's not necessary to use the whole thing. And 2 bell peppers, whichever colors you want. Tell me which colors you would use. I had a green, that's what I had left. The girls have another red, but they are using that for their veggies at lunch. And now I'm almost done, and I can mix this in and then add a few spices, just 2 more, and then 2 more ingredients, and then we are good. All right, now I can mix that. This is not hot yet, slightly, not very much. Now I can mix this. I'll show you what it looks like in a moment after I get it mixed. And then we'll be adding our healthy fat and our spices. It was cool to be able to go just walk into the town. It takes like 2 minutes, 3 minutes to walk there, and go to a local shop, ask if they have it, and grab a cabbage. That was very different than what we do at home. We're like 8 minutes drive from our closest food option, grocery store. All right, so this tuna is mixed in. Now I just need to add spices and the healthy fats. I also didn't mention that we're also adding heavy whipping cream. So here they are. I'm using 2 teaspoons of pink salt. And then to taste after that, I'm gonna do one at a time so that I can mix it better. And 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Okay. Now, I'm gonna mix it and add 1 more teaspoon, and then we will be ready to go. Hi, Maureen, how are you? Maureen is in Canada. Maureen, what's the weather like for you in Canada these days? Tell me that in the comments. I would love to know. All right. Now, I'm going to add the last one of pink salt and then the last 2 ingredients, and then it's just letting it saute until the cabbage is soft. I want it to be very soft, like a noodle. I have my Himalayan pink salts. And I'm gonna mix this and then add my last 2 ingredients. Tell me where you're watching from. I love one pot meals because they are easy to eat, easy to make, everything is easy. I like easy and fast, simple, and absolutely delicious is the imperative for me. Zoraya, ¿puedes ayudarme?
No.
Por favor, ¿agarras algo para mí? ¿Puedes agarrar la crema de leche?
It's the key to the little guy.
Okay.
This one?
No, ahí, dentro del refri. Now we're gonna add,
Where is it?
Está abajo a la derecha. Now we're gonna add 4 ounces of cream cheese cut into cubes.
This?
Yeah. Y media taza, está en ese. Pon eso. That one came out all at once. 4 ounces of cream cheese.
I'll talk with them.
Okay. ¿Quieres mezclar?
Hello. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
So this is how the heavy whipping cream comes in here in Ecuador. So I'm going to find the
This is a big thing, guys.
Quédate aquí, por favor. Necesito encontrar la manera.
Mushy, 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 mushy. Mix. Guys, there's like dogs like wandering around in Ecuador. There's like a random dogs that had owners, but now they don't, that are wandering around. And there's these 2 golden retrievers that are so cute. And then there's little ones. I took a shower, guys, like 10 minutes ago. This is a huge pot, guys. I don't think you can tell, but when you look inside, it's huge. It's humongous.
Ryan, búscale a alguien.
Yeah.
Aguanta esta encima. Entonces, we're going to use a half a cup of más dentro. Porque no sé. Half a cup of heavy whipping cream. Okay. Whew.
Ooh. Ew. Interesting. That's looking frosty.
Okay.
Can I dump it?
Yeah.
Oh. So, I'm gonna
necesito
mix.
una. Okay. She's gonna mix it. This is heavy whipping cream from how it is in Ecuador.
Everything's different in Ecuador. Because it makes sense, because it's a different country, I think.
Yep.
would have a lot of leftovers.
No, because we're
Yeah.
We're gonna share it, Mama.
Okay, Mother. Knows best. Ooh. Have you seen that movie? I think it's Rapunzel. Yeah, it's Rapunzel. It goes.
Mother knows best.
Listen to your mother. Mother knows best.
Excuse my singing.
It says, Mother knows best. Listen to your mother. Mother knows best.
I'm sick.
Yeah, I cannot tell.
No.
Oh, did I call them?
Okay.
Like, have you watched?
Right. Okay, I'm back. Now I'm going to keep mixing that, and I'll show you. Make sure that it's not too hot. With all the heavy whipping cream and the 4 ounces of cream cheese. And it already sounds good. Like, it smells good. I want to make sure that everything is getting coated. And then just letting it keep cooking. And then I gotta just make sure I keep stirring it so it doesn't burn on the bottom. All right, that is it. Let me show you, and it is done. Well, it's not done. I gotta make it, it's probably gonna be another 15-20 minutes. That's it. So, you gotta try this. You can make it wherever you are. From Daisy's house to your kitchen, global flavors and healthy plates from around the world. Bye!